right, happy Sunday. Jumping on here just for a quick moment, quick update. And I'm not gonna be on here long, but just want to talk about a few things. And I had some notes I wanted to cover, but not even sure if I misplaced them. Oh no, here they are. I got it. So I'm just gonna pin my comment, and we're going to jump right into it. Let's see. The main thing I really want to talk about is, just the big, being grateful, basically. Grateful for 10,000 followers. So we just hit the 10K mark. So just want to thank everybody that's followed us, everybody that's purchased from us, everybody that, if you own a product of ours, if you have ordered a product of ours, if you've ever interviewed us, been on our shows, if you've done anything to promote us, we do appreciate it. And the work continues. We are not stopping. We are not letting up. We're doubling down. And just want to say thank you for that. So I talked about decision makers last time, and this time I want to talk about purpose, because this time, I couldn't really get into everything, but again, sometimes there's a little bit of confusion on who has the power to enable or empower this work, who can support this work. And I just want to kind of go over, what is like the purpose of the product? Like, how can you actually use it? Like, what is the use case? So the first thing I want to talk about is, let's just talk about the easiest one to wrap your mind around, and that's resell. So if a company buys our product, the easiest way to get a return is to resell it. So it's buying it at a price from us, a bulk price. That's a lower price because it's more quantity, but you're then turning around and reselling it for a higher dollar amount. That's the easiest and most straightforward way to scale, impact, influence, and things of that sort. Now, keep in mind when we do that, there's a few things that have to work. The product is generally going to have to be a product that's already in our lineup. The product already needs to be something that we're already producing. Now, that's not to say that we can't customize something from scratch and make it available for a client to resell. That is, a possibility. But if you think about it, I'll give you an example. Ellen, for example, when we did the project with Ellen and we were in the subscription box, that was an example of, basically buying the products from us and then reselling it at a higher dollar amount. Like that's more of a traditional retail wholesale relationship. And, hopefully y'all can still hear me. But that's exactly what, is resell. It's just taking it and reselling it. Zappos.com is another brand. They did the same thing. They bought products from us, and in their case, they resold it. But they also did a mix because they gifted some of those products as well. They gifted it to executives, to employees. And I'll probably put together a case study. My goal is to get on here and kind of make sure I'm going through all of the case studies and really take you behind the scenes of how our partnerships are formed, how they are created, and what it takes to, jump in the game. But it really doesn't matter if you're, you can be a part of it one way or another. That's the whole purpose of this. The next purpose is going to be international gifts, or, specifically, like you may have someone that is, if you ever go into another country, that country probably produces something or is known for something that, might be, let's see, just giving a shout out to everybody. Thank you in the comments. Just want to let, international gifts. So like if you're in the USA, of course, like there's stuff here that when you go other places, like if you're here, we may not really care as much about it because it's so readily available. But when you go to other places, it's harder to find. It's going to be hard. I'm not going to say it's going to be hard, but certain like American-based companies, it's harder to find this stuff like in other parts of the world, and vice versa. So that's a great opportunity for us because, you know, we like basically that's us. Like we're here, and it translates into like a product that basically came from here. So, you know, companies like that, and, you know, ultimately the end user of the product, they like that. So next up is loyalty programs. So these are post-purchase loyalty programs. So for example, you know, we talked about how we worked on this with Foot Locker. When you go on the Foot Locker website and you purchase, you will see our products are a flex reward. So you're able to buy a pair of Nikes, you can buy a pair of Adidas, all the brands that you already love. But once you get to checkout and you've got those extra points, now you can go and redeem those for additional gifts. You know, it's like, I mean, it's all gamification. It brings you back in. It's fun. You want to, you know, see how the points stack up, and then eventually you spend it on something. Our Earth Kit is there available for you to purchase as a customer loyalty product. So that's a great use, and we do this with a handful of companies. Client gifts for trade shows. So, you know, an organization may be getting a booth in Las Vegas. You know, there's going to be, I don't know, 50,000 people going to a specific, you know, trade event. You've got, you know, buyers, executives, and, you know, you need a way to stand out. So one way to stand out is to have gifts already available at the booth that are not, you know, going to fall apart basically, and it's something that people actually want and they want to carry. That's where our product comes in and works really well. We've done this for several companies also. We take, you know, we've even taken it a step further. We've taken the trade show signs, like the actual signs from a previous year, and taken that material and used it and upcycled it into a product as a gift for the upcoming trade show event. We did that for a company called Emirates. So that's another use or another purpose that our product serves. And, you know, at the core, again, we're still doing the things that we do best, which is upcycling, reworking, remaking, turning stuff that is of lesser value into more value. Now, you know, this is the big one here is employee gifts. Employee gifts are, you know, probably by far one of the most like ubiquitous, you know, kind of things that we do that you will find that brings value, you know, within a large organization or small, and has kind of like a high ROI because, you know, if you think about it for a minute, like, what's the dollar amount for employee satisfaction? You know, you talk about customer satisfaction, but what about employee satisfaction? And what is the makeup of an employee these days? Well, you know, we've already shared a lot of these statistics, and we're going to start sharing even more of them here on Instagram. But most employees want to share their values. They want the company they work for to have shared values with them, meaning sustainability, diversity, equity, and inclusion. These different things that they believe in, they want to make sure that the companies that they're working with are basically, you know, in line with that. And if they don't, then they have options. You know, like it's so interesting. I mean, you see these big corporations. A lot of time their offices are right next to each other, and you're trying to figure out. Well, at least I am. I'm like, well, why, of all places, why would all these companies be so close together? Like, why would they have a whole district for financial companies or tech companies? And, you know, part of that is like, if someone's unhappy at one of those companies, guess what? They get to go to the next company right next door and probably make more salary at the next company just by leaving where they are. And one way that we help, you know, companies kind of address this is through our products, because, you know, these companies will order products, they'll use it as a gift, and then from there, if you think about it, what better way than to, you know, give them something that's unique, give them something that's upcycled, something that's special. So I just wanted to kind of cover these topics here and purposes of the product. You know, I'm not going to be able to get through everything here, but I will kind of just cover a couple more. Board gifts. So board of directors, a lot of time, if you think about a board, that's probably going to be a company that, or a group of individuals that need something special for sure. They definitely need something that's going to be different, something that's going to be a good conversation piece, something that's going to be, something memorable. And, that's exactly what the product provides. We've done this for several companies. Several companies, Fest Events, Dow Chemical, lots of companies have, worked with us in this way. VIP speaker gifts. A lot of time speakers get brought in and they speak at the trade shows, they speak at the conference events, and then they need something, if you're a conference organizer, you want to kind of leave a lasting impression on the speakers. Hopefully they'll either come back or you can get higher level speakers or whatever the case may be. But if you give them a gift, like, you can give them a gift card or you give them something like that, but you could also give them something that's unique from the organization, like that tells a story, gets them telling the story again when they're not on your stage. So how do you keep that word of mouth happening when they're not on your stage? You can give them a nice gift. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on. I just wanted to say thank you again. Crossing 10K followers. Keep us in mind if you are looking for Earth Day projects or Earth Month projects, anything kind of last minute, get in touch. We can come up with something that can be customized, tailored to your situation. We're always looking for ways to be unique and also efficient at the same time. So we're still collecting materials. We got a lot of materials coming in that are, a lot of materials we work with, some that we haven't even worked with before, which is still, amazing that at this point we still see, kind of new materials and we're putting them together in new ways. So, that's the fun part. I'm excited. I hope that you can tell and, reach out at info@HamiltonPerkins or send us a DM here on Instagram. We'd love to see if we can find a way to work together. Thanks again. Have a good Sunday. Peace.